Hello, in this demo, I am going to show how to enable replication, how to mount the replication EFS into another EFS instance and see whether the data is moving over there. And we will perform incremental replication so that we can see the incremental data is also moving over to the destination. And finally, we will try to perform a disaster scenario. So here I have a source and a destination EC2 instance already created, and the source one is source web server and destination one is destination web server, where in the source it has been created in US East 1 and the destination is in US East 2. So I have a source file system that I have already created. So this is the source file system that I am going to use, that I created already, and it's serving a web page for our testing purpose. This is the web page. If you see here, this is the IP of the source server from US East 1. So here, what I am going to do is I want to check whether the replication is created or not for this file system. So just click and go to the replication tab. Here we currently have no replication on this EFS. Okay, so I will create a replication and I will replicate it to a new file system, and the destination region will be using as US East 2. So before I go ahead and click the create replication, I can go, like, I will jump into the US East 2 region and I just verify the file system. So we don't have any file system created here. So what I'm going to do here is I will click on click replication. So select which region you are going to create the replica. So this is nothing but US East 2 and I am leaving as default and create replica. Okay, while creating the replica, if you see here, so the replication status is enabling, and if you see, the source is the US East 1 where the file system is writable, and the destination file system, which is US East 2, the destination file system is read only. So this replication file system is read only. So let's go back to the US East 2 region, just refresh here and see the replication here. If you click on it, if you go back to the replication, you can see the replication is enabled and the source is US East 1 and the destination is US East 2. So if I go back to US East 1, US East 1, and if I go to network, we see I have a two mount targets here. One is US East 1A and one is East 1B with our web server, which allows me to mount to the EFS instance from the US East 2. So these are the mount targets where we can mount these EFS file system. Okay. So if I want to do the same thing for the replicated file system, so what I need to do is we need to create a mount target here. So create a mount target. So I will leave default VPC, add mount target, whereas subnet, I am using default subnet, and security group, this is the security group which I created for the testing purpose, and save. So let us mount this target EFS and verify whether it is a read-only or uh, read-write file system. So what I can do is I will click on attach and take this mount point, and this is the destination web server where right now I don't have any EFS file system. So what I can do is, so I can mount it on /var www html. So still it's in the status is in creating state. That's why we are seeing this mount error. So we have to wait until this mount target is created. Now this is available and I tried to mount it and it has mounted. Okay, let's see, try to edit. Index.html. See here you see this is a read-only file system. Here this is the destination file system. Okay. So now we can see this is the public IP address for source web server, which is ending with 37. So this is the web server which it is serving, and this is for just testing purpose. And this is the destination web server where it is a read-only file system. And if you see here, yeah, so we are seeing demo version 1 on both source and destination. So what I'm going to do is here I'm going to edit this version 1 to version 2 and see whether the replication is happening from source to destination. So this is the source web server. So I am changing version 1 to version 2. Oh, this is not okay. And save the file. Okay, and go back to the EFS. So let me refresh this one. See here, it is version 2. And if you go back to the replication one and if you just refresh it, yeah, still replication not happened. We have to wait for some time or what? So let me check the replication. So this is the primary one. Yeah, replication is already happened. And if you refresh, you can see version 2. And if you refresh, yeah, you can see version 2 here as well. And if you cat this index, oh, don't know, Control C. Yeah, we can see the replication happen between source and destination. So back to the EFS in US East 2. And in order to make the destination file system, so this is the destination file system which is in US East 2 writable. As of now, it is only read only. So writable. So what I need to do is I need to delete the replication. So let's delete the replication. Confirm. So let's refresh the page. So replication is deleting, and if you go back to source file system, and if you refresh this page, and here we can see the replication status. It is, yeah, replication status is deleting. So I will pause a while here. So when we are going to delete the replication, so whenever the primary EFS file system experience an issue, and we want to make the replication as a primary, so what we can do is we can uh, delete the replication so that it will break the replication connection between source and destination, and both file systems will be read write state. So now the replication got deleted from, if you see in US East 2, no replication, as well as US East 1, there is no replication. So what I can do is quickly go to the destination web server and try to edit index file. Earlier we had an error, I think. See, now I can able to edit. I can change this from version 2 to 3, and I will go back to destination server just to refresh it. I can see version 3, whereas from source it's still version 2 only. Why? Because there is no replication between these two nodes. So I am going to jump back to EFS console in ES East 2 here and creating a replica. This time what I am doing is replicating to an existing file system, and choose a file system here. Which region? So I am selecting US East 1, so where my destination file system is in US East 1, and browse, and this one, select this one, create. Before that we need to disable the protection, override protection for the source one. So click on here, come down, so save changes, and go back here and create replica. Confirm, create replica. So now this replication will be happen from US East 2. If you see here, earlier this was our destination file system, which is in our read only. Now this is our source one. This is writable, and it is syncing the data from US East 2 to US East 1. So whereas US East 1 is a read-only file system. So this is how we can do the failover and failback. And also we can verify when the replication happened between these source and destination file system in the CloudWatch. So if you go to CloudWatch under, if you click on all matrix. So here I already, this is the file system, source file system, and this is the destination file system. So this is the graph, and let me change to number. So how many minutes back the sync happened, everything we can track here. So thank you.